Most people wait until something is taken from them to finally feel grateful. But by then it's too late. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a skill, a muscle. And this right here, this is how we train. That's why we say grace before dinner, even though we're not religious. We're rewiring ourselves to notice what's already good, to anchor into the life we've been given instead of resenting it. This routine is more than squats and sweat. It's about building the kind of mind that doesn't need to chase happiness because it sees it right here in this moment. You just have to choose it every day. Let's go. Good morning. Welcome to day 48 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. I used to think gratitude was something that people that had everything just felt. But what I'm learning is it's a skill, just like anything that needs to be practiced. The more you train it, the more you see it. Now, we're not religious at all here, but we've started saying grace every night at dinner because the more I repeat how much I'm grateful for, the more I notice how much I have. So today, that's our focus. We're gonna move with that energy in mind. We're gonna train our body, prime our minds, set ourselves up for more gratitude in our lives. So clear out your space, get the hell rid of your phone, unless you're using it for music, and let's get after it. Let's change our lives every morning together. So if you're new here, I'm Adam. I've been coaching fitness for over 24 years and I've been off track. So I've created this morning routine to get back to my goals, make sure I build the life I want, and you can do it here with me. All you need to do is press play every morning. It's that simple. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get warming up here. I'll put the warm up on the screen. We're gonna do affirmations to prime our mind. We'll talk a little bit about what we're gonna be doing today. And then we'll get into the workout, which I think is gonna be some push-ups and some form of jumping, maybe a jump squat. And then stick around afterwards for moments of clarity. Stay here for the whole thing. Do it every day. You'll be amazed how it'll change your life. So we'll get warming up here. Warm-up's going on the board. I'm gonna get some knee raises, as you can see. Some good mornings. Some lunges. Some burpees. And then some squats. All of that is scalable to wherever you're at. The burpee, just go to a higher surface like a bed or a bench. Okay, while we warm up, I am responsible. Today I choose to be patient. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. I choose gratitude. We'll go through that one more time and then we'll talk a little bit more about yesterday and gratitude a little bit. I am responsible. Today, I choose to be patient. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. I choose gratitude. So we're going to be digging into gratitude a little bit more today, and a practice that we've started as a family that, Adam would have laughed at back in the day. So we're definitely making changes here, specifically in ways that I would have said were silly in the past. So it's pretty cool. But I'll just give you a quick update first before we get too into that. Yesterday, we headed out to my dad's place. I don't think I have any footage of that, any photos, to see him for Father's Day with the girls. and we hung out and we had lunch, and it was very nice to see him. And I typically am someone who does not do a good job keeping up relationships. You could say especially with the people that matter, family. And Dad's having a little bit of issue with his eyes. He's almost 80 and in very good health for someone his age, but he's having some issues with his eyes. And it was just, my mindset is shifting a little bit, and we're going to talk about that, but it was nice to go see him and spend some time. And, we don't always get along with everything, but I think that's pretty common with family. But it was a nice time, good to see him. We didn't overdo it. And I think that was key, and everybody had a great time, and the kids were super excited to see him. So it was fantastic. And then we got home, and I had to do some chores. And oftentimes, maybe I did, but oftentimes I would be stressing out about that a little bit. We got home a little bit late. We picked up a lawnmower on the way home for the garden. And I would have been stressing out that, I've got these things to do and we got to get home, let's go. And my, call it selfishness, would have taken over, and, I would have been impatient and all that. And I may have had a little bit of it, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it would have been. And, I'm learning to stay calm. So got out there, moved the sheep with June. She loves that. And there was a moment out there, hopefully I'll put a clip on here, when I was pulling the shade shelter for the sheep. And that thing it's heavy on its own. And then yesterday, and I think for the next couple of days, I'm going uphill with it. And I could very easily hook it up to the four-wheeler and pull it with that. But one, it's a little bit more work because I got to lay down wires, get in with the sheep are, more chance of them getting out. And then second, I can physically do that thing. You'll see in the clip that there are moments where I'm basically working max effort, and I get to the end of it, and it's not because I decide to stop that I stop, it's just because I can't go anymore. And a couple more burpees and then we'll go. And what I think to myself in that moment is that how grateful I am, as weird as this sounds, for the ability to pull it, for the ability to raise these animals the way I want to for my family, the way I don't have to, as a result, I don't have to live with the system's food. So I make that choice. And in that moment when I could be thinking, holy crap, this is hard, I don't like this, or isn't there an easier way, which I think we do a lot in life, I can be grateful for all of the benefits that I get from that. But we'll dig into that more later. It's time to work out. Good morning to those of you who skipped ahead. This is day 48 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. We are talking about why we say grace is a family here, even though you could call me an atheist. But first, today's workout. If you missed affirmations and warm up, go back, do that. Today what we're going to do is a squat / upper body press day. So we're going to go with some form of squat. I'm going to put on the vest. It might be a jump squat, I think. So that doesn't need to be what you do. You just need to get in some form of squat, right? The squat is an essential movement for us. So if you're low capacity, you're just starting out, there's always an option. Get out a chair, touch the chair, stand. Remember, we're going to alternate movements for 10 minutes. You can choose as much or as little work to do in those movements as you want, in those minutes as you want. You can do 1 rep, 1 squat, 1 push-up, alternating minutes. You can do 2, you can do whatever. Alternating minutes, I'm just going to get down. And these are going to be pretty rough with that vest, but what I'm looking at is squeeze the butt, squeeze the legs, squeeze the abs, stay nice and straight, touch the floor, come back out. If that's not accessible, I've seen a good deal of scaling out there. Put your hands up on something higher. I don't know if you can see me here, hands on the desk. Keep the body straight. Just take some weight out of the feet or out of the shoulders. Here, maybe there's another option. It's probably easier to see. So I'm still keeping a nice straight body. I'm not going from the knees, still getting the core out of it. Good midline activation. Keeping the abs squeezed as I get my push up there. And that can be against the wall, as high or as low as you want to make it. And same thing, you can do 1, you can do 10 depending on your capacity, depending on your goals for today. So get that warm up finished up. Get any gear that you need set up. You know, if you could do this body weight, you could add some extra weight in the form of a vest or a dumbbell. Not necessarily for the push-ups, because a dumbbell and the push-ups is not easy. So while you're getting set up here, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, we're here every day. It's just like you say you have goals, but you don't want to take this free resource. So you're not ready. But if you are ready and you're just checking this out and you haven't subscribed, like it's free. It's a cheat code. Like there are so many things out there that aren't as effective that are not free. I mean, this is like change your life for nothing. So if you're ready, we'll see how this goes. I probably should test these out first, but we don't got time for that. 4:54, it's time to start. I'm gonna go, I don't know, push-ups first, I guess. My goal is 10, but those are really hard. I've tried those before, so we'll see. Let me get my stopwatch here. And then maybe 10 jump squats, maybe more. We'll see. As I normally do, I kind of ramp it up as I go, start at a reasonable rate, and go from there. Stop talking. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh goodness, I'm gonna do 2 sets there. Maybe 6 and 4. I don't do nearly enough push-ups, which you will see from watching this, that they're not super strong. That being said, this vest is very heavy. Oh, I feel like it looks like I'm being a wuss, but not strong push-ups with a 40-pound vest. And I'm not complaining. I'm not talking crap to myself. Just realistically, compared to certain other skills, I haven't been practicing. And it's not that I can't do them. I just haven't been practicing. Okay. Jump squats. Okay, that burns. This could probably be tighter. There's always the trade-off with this thing that you put it tight and it stays on well, but then it's harder to breathe. 1 round down. Those are both gonna get hard. Six. Hi, Maple. Hi, you pretty little dog. Holy moly. Those are... We'll see. Excuse me. See it. This thing definitely bounces around to jump squats. burns legs. Once again, you don't need to do this many reps. This doesn't need to be as much cardio. You can make this more strength. Up to you. This program allows for a lot of variation, but you can just follow too. You get a ton out of it. You're so cute. Holy. That's halfway. I've got a voiceover that's like 35 seconds. I gotta somehow in the last set keep that going. What a great way to start the day. Keep it up, guys. If you're doing this with me, keep up that good work. Let's go. Oh, the push-ups. The push-ups are rough. The first 6 are easy, or easy-ish, doable. And the next 4, wow. If we don't have a pump after this, I don't know. Okay, end of the second last round. Excuse me. Oh my God. I don't know how I'm gonna do that one. One more round. Good job. That's 10 push-ups. And I broke it. Oh, wow. All right, last one. My legs. Great job. Oh, excuse my breathing. Take a minute, catch your breath, if you feel like I do. Check that cool shirt, eh? We had an old lab named Hercules. That shirt was made for him. I'm amazed at how many people come to a gym if their dog's there. Okay, partly recovered. Great fucking work. It's not easy. Get up early and do that every morning, especially if you're like me at all and you get halfway through there and you kind of want to slow it down, maybe even quit, but you stick to it. Amazing. Today, we're talking about gratitude. And what I'm learning is I used to think that people that had a lot of stuff just kind of naturally felt grateful. And that's what gratitude was, that if you had things, you could be happy about them. But then like you'd meet some people that seem to have nothing and they'd be so happy. And, you know, it made you think that maybe I don't understand this. So I'm practicing now. I'm consciously trying to be grateful. And currently what that looks like, and I'll tell you if it works, is, and I mentioned this a lot, first thing when I wake up, I go through our affirmations. The same one we do here. I am responsible. Today I choose to be happy, or today I choose to be patient, or today I choose to be whatever I put in there. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. And then I choose gratitude. So I say that first thing when I wake up in the morning, before I even come down here, before I even go to the bathroom. And then with you guys, I say it twice. And then when my girls wake up, I go say it twice. And then, to be honest, I have no idea. Well, here we go. We had a friend over recently, and he comes from a Catholic background. Shout out, Mike, if you're paying attention here. That was literally the first day that we did it. And he came over and he had lunch with us. And for some reason, just because I know his background, I say, hey, do you want to say some words before we eat? And he said some nice things, and, you know, it got me choked up a little bit, and it made me think, like, why the hell aren't we doing this? I don't need to be Christian or Catholic to think about what I'm grateful for. And, you know, maybe a true grace practice is more thanking God, but I can thank myself. I can thank my family. I can thank my community. I can just be grateful for what we've built, for what we've achieved, for what we have access to now. So what I'm learning here is it's not something you just have. It's not a feeling. It's something that you practice and that you can get better at. And then on kind of the flip side there is you'll hear people say, well, I don't have anything to be grateful for. And there probably would have been a time where I would have agreed with that and said that same thing, that everything is bad. I definitely have a tendency, or have had a tendency, to see the negative, right? I've mentioned here before that life kind of looks black and white to me oftentimes. And let's get back to the gratitude. So, if you think that there's nothing to be grateful for, you just need to look. You just need to change your perspective, because anything that seems bad, if you look at it the right way, can be positive, right? So something bad happened, but what did I learn from it? What can I do next time? What kind of opportunity was that for me to grow? You can always be grateful for the fact that you're alive. There are so many people out there that have less than you do, so you can always find something. So on that note of me being black and white, I tend to see things in the negative. And I'm assuming that's just training from childhood. And I'm not saying that I'm stuck in my ways. I am working on it and getting better. But, gift and a curse again with this whole black and white life is that it made me a fantastic technical coach, right? I've been coaching fitness and health for a long time, and I am really good at watching your movement, making a correction, and improving. Like that's my specialty. And the reason for that is I can see all the things that are wrong with your movement. I can pick out all the negatives, and I know how to fix them, but the point is I can see the negative. And I used to live in this place where everything was negative. I used to see this workout, I could look at it as, I got a great workout. I learned something from it. I got a good sweat. Or I could go back to my old ways and say, why didn't I get all those push-ups unbroken? Or, geez, why am I so tired doing those jump squats, right? You can always find a way to see the negative or the positive. So what's happening here, and in the past I probably would have said, fake it till you make it, but I don't know if I fully believed in it. Like, that's what's happening here. Maybe it's not fake it till you make it. Maybe it's just the power of repetition. Because the more times that we start to think about the things that we're grateful for, and we just repeat that, the more I'm starting to notice it. We'll be out there doing those things, and in a moment where in the past I might have lost my patience. So, hey, we got to go out and do these chores, but my daughter decides she wants to come with me, which is fantastic. That being said, it slows down the process. And I've got two ways to look at this now. I always have. Well, maybe there are infinitely more ways, but in my black and white brain, there are two ways to look at it. One is, let this be a frustration. Let that girl that you love more than anything in the entire world be a source of negativity and frustration. Or just watch her and recognize how incredible she is and how fucking lucky I am to have the opportunity to change myself so that I don't set an example for her that I'm not proud of.
I can do this all by myself. And I'm very focused on what I'm doing. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So whatever your reason for doing it, gratitude is everything. Especially if you're at all like me and you tend to see the negative in things. This is rewiring my brain. If you stuck with me this long, I love you guys. This is 5 a.m. Squad Club. We're doing it every day. We're improving our lives. That being said, you got homework now. You got your hour before your family, before your life starts, before you start looking at that phone. Maybe you don't look at it at all. To go and read 10 pages. To go and start writing your book. To go and brainstorm your business. Or if you don't know, sit down silently, take an hour and think about, who the fuck am I? Who do I care to be? What impact do I want to have on this planet before I leave? Make some notes. Think about it. Because the next step is going to be progress towards it. Because if you don't make time, you will not have time, and you will end up exactly where you are now. So, we're doing it every day. All you got to do is press play. Subscribe if you haven't, but press play and pass this to someone who could use it. Someone who's struggling with their fitness, who's struggling with motivation. They're struggling with negative thoughts. Let's go. Let's build a community of strong fucking people. Let's do it together every morning. 5 a.m. Squad Club. See ya.